everyone, welcome back to my channel. This feels so weird to be like sat down and chatting to my camera again. Like, I feel like I've genuinely not done this in years, but I thought 2025, why not try and get back into YouTube? So I thought I'd start the video. I always do a skiing vlog and skiing's coming up, so why not do a what to buy, what to get, what not to get, or where not to get from for the girlies and boys, we don't judge, who've never been skiing before. So I just wanted to let you know what I get, what not to get. I've been skiing since I was 4. I kind of know my stuff. So if you want to know what to get, where from, what not to get, then please keep watching. The main thing when you're going skiing, like, yeah, you want to look cute, I get it, but you want to be warm and you want to be dry. When you're learning to ski, particularly as an adult, I can imagine it's going to be frustrating, it's going to be hard, you're going to be down a lot, and the absolute last thing you want to be is cold or wet. So we need to get stuff to be able to make sure you're warm. Firstly, there's so many high street fast fashion brands. I've seen the Zara collections, I've seen the PLT collections, the Primark, the Opolis. Please do not waste your money and get stuff from them. I'd say if you really want to do it for the après, yeah, fine, whatever. That stuff is not going to be waterproof, it's not going to be windproof, you're not going to have a good time while you're wearing it. It's not practical. I've seen cropped ski jackets. That's the most impractical thing I've ever heard in my life, because you're just gonna get snow all down your back when you fall over and you're gonna be wet and soggy and miserable. So let's not do that. It's not gonna have a technical specification, it's more for the look, for the vibes, and that's honestly, as much as we want to look adorable on the ski slopes, that's not what we're there for. You're paying a lot of money to be there, so we want to make sure you're enjoying it. Now I've got that out of the way, where to get things from. Now, my boyfriend came skiing with my family last year for the first time. He'd never been before, so we had to kit him all out, and as his Christmas present last year, I just decided to sort everything because I know what to get and it's just something nice for a Christmas present. So my main place to get his main things was Vinted. Vinted is fantastic for ski gear because the amount of people who go skiing once, they either don't like it or they're just doing it as a one-off, never going to go again. They buy all the gear, don't need it anymore, sell it super cheap, and that is the best place to get decent stuff as well. Now what I suggest doing is looking up brands. So one I really suggest is Dare to Be. So I think my ski trousers, some of them were from there. All of James, who's my boyfriend, stuff I got for Dare to Be from Vinted. So what you need to do is look up, like, I don't know, Dare to Be women's ski jacket. Try and find some you like, the colour you like. I wear white, which I know is really impractical, but you know, kind of for the vibes, but my stuff's sensible, so fine. So yeah, look up the coat style. If there's like a style, a code, try and look for that, but if not, just go on the Dare to Be website and try and find the coat, because then you will be able to see a full spec, and there's usually reviews as well. So if it says like half part waterproof, you know not to go for that. Or I'm pretty sure on most of these websites they have like a warm rating or whatever, so kind of look and see what is going to suit you for when you're going. Now, time of year and where you're going is obviously going to have a massive difference on the kind of things you need. So I skied January, February, March, April in a variety of different places. I've not skied Europe since I was 7, so I'm not going to be very much help there, but I do know it's not very high. I mean, some of the resorts are, but like not really. We've skied the East Coast when I was younger, the US, and then Utah and Colorado more recently. This year we're going to Canada because my sister's doing a ski season, so really excited, and look out for the vlogs. But yeah, last year we went to Colorado in January and it was freezing. It was so much colder than we could have expected. But I've been to Colorado in March, April, and we were literally there skiing in t-shirts, so it just really depends. The thing about skiing is you need layers, and good decent base layers. So last year when it was freezing for the first time, I actually bought thermals. Usually I've never actually needed them because I've never got that cold. I'm probably not the best example for when it comes to what you're wearing underneath, because I literally grew up just wearing leggings. Like, this is what I'd wear. I'm in leggings using the fluffy ones from Primark, this top with a vest under, and I'd be set, which probably isn't the best idea, or like a vest, a t-shirt and a hoodie. But I've never had any issues, and if I ever got too hot, then I know I could take the hoodie off, or I could take my t-shirt off and keep the hoodie on, whatever. But if not, there are so many decent base layers. M&S has some great thermals, so maybe get some from there, but you don't need to be spending like hundreds and hundreds on really fancy ones, to be honest, because it's just not needed. I've got my boyfriend's boot bag, so I'm kind of going to go through this with you and show you what's in there, what you might need, what you might not. The reason I've got his and not mine is because mine lives in my parents' attic, but also I've had that stuff for years. This is all new that I bought last year, so I can kind of go through what I got, where I got it from. So yeah, it is boys stuff, but it's still basically the same. Up first is the boot bag. Now if you're going to Europe, you probably won't need one of these. We only have them because we drive to different ski resorts and we like to sort ourselves in the lodge. But if you're staying somewhere in Europe and you're in the ski town, like you're in a ski in, ski out chalet, or you can get the lift straight from like near where you are, you'll just go in your ski boots. You don't actually need that, but we have those, but don't feel like you need it. So to start with, I've got his ski jacket. This is from Dare to Be. I got this off Vinted. I think it was like £200 down, and I got this for £40, so that's the kind of like discounts you can get. It's just so good. I think it said it'd been like worn once or not at all. I think some we got had the tags on, but I can't really remember. But yeah, I checked the spec of this and everything. It's great. It's got loads of pockets, so you can put your stuff in here. I can see just by feeling he's got some of his ski passes in there, so you need ones with various pockets because you will probably have like cards like this, like we had different ones for everywhere we went. Next we've got salopettes. These again are Dare to Be, and I got them off Vinted, so exactly the same as before. Just check the spec online, and he said these were absolutely fine last year. When it comes to non-vintage stuff, and I kind of would just keep your ski outfit, like the general things, vintage, but when it comes to gloves, goggles, stuff, I'd say just buy that new, because I don't know, personally I don't want used gloves, but that's just me. So when it comes to getting things like this, what I suggest doing is, if you live near an indoor ski slope, so if you live near to an Escape, Chill Factor, Snow Zone, like whatever, there's always loads of different outdoorsy shops there, and you can go in there, see what they have. You can either buy them there, or you can find them, look online, try and get them online instead. Could wait and get them when you're out skiing, but I don't know what the shop situations are in different places, so that's a bit of a risk, but they probably will have stuff. It just might be quite a lot more expensive. Or, and I did this for a lot of his stuff, is I live not too far from Cheshire Oaks, so there they have loads of outdoorsy outlet shops. So if you live near Cheshire Oaks, or if you have an outlet mall near you and it's got kind of like, there was a Dare to Be there, Mountain Warehouse, Trespass, Columbus, can't remember what it's called, but anyway, something like that. If you've got those there, that's actually a really good place to kind of start and get your stuff. So I got his gloves from there. These are Dare to Be ones. Personally, I wear mittens. That's just my preference. I just like feeling warmer when my fingers are together. But from what I remember, they had a chart and it kind of said how cold it's going to be and like what the thickness is. So that's why I got him these, and he said they were great when it was like -20 last year. You also need a pair of liner gloves. So we actually ended up getting these out there for him. I literally couldn't find any in the UK, so yeah, you can see like the Colorado flag here. This is just for when it's really cold, so you just put them on and then you put your gloves on top of them, and it just is like an extra layer for your fingers. And if you get hand warmers as well, if you can go to Costco's, they've got loads of big boxes there, so I suggest getting them, and you can just put them in and it makes sure your fingers are really warm. When it comes to socks, you need to get specific ski socks which are really long. They need to come up to your knee and completely cover your shins, because it just helps protect them. Usually we just get normal ski socks, which are fine. Last year we had to get some extra ones because these just weren't thick enough, so what we did was got some, they're called merino wool. They just look a bit like this on the inside, really warm. They're waterproof as well, so if you're kind of going to be in the -5 and below category of weather, definitely suggest investing in some merino wool. I can't actually find his, but you need a snood, so it's basically just like a scarf, but just, you know, just put it on and it's a bit like, what's a snood? My mum usually makes them for us. I have no idea where his is. It must be with my stuff. I have to check that, but yeah, she made them. But what I suggest doing is, if you're going to like a hotel or like a whatever, if you can't wash your stuff, then make sure you bring a couple, because you don't want it getting a bit gross. And another tip, get all of your stuff out overnight, make sure it dries, because you do not want wet soggy gloves or snood or ski boots, whatever. Make sure they're out airing overnight. Next is a helmet. These are super important. I personally had a head injury when I was 14. I was wearing a helmet and I was lucky, but yeah, you can't not wear one. You don't necessarily need to buy one. When you hire your skis and boots, you can usually hire helmets too, but yeah, this was my dad's, hence that, so I'm just going to cover because that's a bit embarrassing. But yeah, so he's got a new one, so we just gave this to James. We bought this out in America, so like I said, as long as you're wearing one, just hire it. And then these are goggles. I've got the same. I actually got these off Amazon and they are really good. They're the big visor ones, so they just look really cool. Snow boots. So snow boots, if you didn't know, are different from ski boots. You can't just ski in any boots. I don't have my ski boots here, they're at home, so I can't show you my ski boots, but you'll rent those anyway, so don't worry. But they are really uncomfortable, so good luck. Unless you have your own, they're not that bad. But yeah, snow boots. So mine actually look pretty much identical to this. I know moon boots are a trend, and moon boots, I had them, to be fair, when I was a teenager. I had like bright pink ones. I'll try and find a picture. I actually embarrassed myself, but I'll show you them. They were literally like highlighted pink. They're great, but they have no grip. They're really warm, which is great, but they're a pain to pack. So you most likely will have to wear them on the plane, in the airport, and your feet are gonna sweat. So completely up to you if you want to get them. Thing is about the high ones is when your salopettes come down, the boots are so wide they won't actually go down fully over it, so you might want to get some shorter ones, but that's completely up to you. If not, like I said, mine literally look exactly the same as these. These are, I believe, from Mountain Warehouse. They've got kind of like almost like a welly style, but they're all insulated and everything on the bottom, so it just means they're completely waterproof. And then it's just kind of like material which is nice and warm up top. You want to make sure you're not gonna have anything that's gonna make your feet wet, because if your feet get wet, it's just game over. If you do want to get that cute stuff and you're like, oh well, I've just wear that to après, I mean, that's absolutely fine. One thing I will say is we don't really do après, so I might just be completely chatting shit here, but yeah, it's not really a thing in America. It might be in Canada, so we'll find out. But you usually ski, you go to wherever après is straight away, and then you go home. You're not really gonna leave the mountain, change, go back up. It's just, it's a long slog. I don't really see the point. Everyone's in ski gear anyway, so I don't really think it matters, unless you're having like days where, you know, you're literally just going for après, then yeah, go for it, fair enough. But it's one of these just like practicality things. Ski stuff is heavy, it takes up a lot of space in your luggage, so you don't want to be taking 5 different coats. You really don't, unless you're going like for a season. You do not need more than one ski outfit. You can wear it every day, it doesn't matter. These are my tips, and I've got my ski vlogs already up, so if you want to see what I've got up to on previous years, I think there's 2 from Colorado, 1 from New Hampshire, and then as soon as I get back from Canada, I'll be uploading that vlog too. If you'd like to watch those, I'll have the link below too. It's so nice to be back and just chatting to the camera, so if you want me to do any more videos or anything, then let me know. If you liked this one, give it a like. If you're new, give me a subscribe, and I'll try to get back to some more posting. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my Canada vlog.